Sunday's first video for you is first news story is from Djibouti. Breaking news from Djibouti, where unknown number of persons has been killed and injured in ethnic clashes between Afars and Somali Isas. We have some videos for you, graphic videos, pictures as well. Djibouti city mayor visited the place where clashes erupted. You would see pictures show that houses were set on fire. What happened there? How did the conflict start in Djibouti between Afars and Somali Isas? Second news story is from Eritrea. 2 days ago, Eritrean Information Ministry shared an article about a Tigray People Front. In that article, Eritrean Information Ministry leveled allegations against US government that US and Western countries were whitewashing TPLF's crimes. Now, US Embassy in Asmara, Eritrean capital, has responded to these allegations. Third news story is about Ethiopian PM Abiy. He was in Nigeria, then he traveled to Equatorial Guinea, and yesterday he arrived in Kenya. What is he doing in Kenya? A fourth news story is Jawar and Bekele Gerba. Where are they? They were due to start their tour of Europe and North America. It seems that Jawar's interview is not being well received by Oromo activists. And lastly, viewers, last night we reported about fighting between Fano and Ethiopian military in Dessie. We have some updates, and fighting erupted in Kombolcha as well, reportedly. Firstly, let's start with the news story from Djibouti city. In a video, we reported, in more than one videos, we reported about clashes between Afars and Somalis in Ethiopia, in Afar Somali border areas. Both sides made conflicting claims about the place where these clashes erupted. Afar said that fighting was in Afar. Somalis were saying that fighting was in city zone of Somali, but clashes in border areas were confirmed. Now, these clashes have spread into Djibouti. We have now confirmed, we have received pictures, videos from Djibouti, where houses have been set on fire. Police can be seen firing at people. Clashes in Djibouti city erupted in Varabale, Balbala. And were there clashes between Afars and Somali Isa locals? Or were there clashes between Afar locals, Afar residents of the area, and Somali Isa security forces? It's not clear, but security forces can be seen in the videos which we have received, and it has been confirmed that several houses in the area where Afars live have been set on fire. First, watch this video showing an area in Djibouti city which was set on fire, where houses were set on fire. You can see huge clouds of smoke rising. It seems that on the ground houses were set on fire. Watch this video, then we have some pictures for you. We have received several other videos as well, very graphic. I am not showing those videos. Secondly, Djibouti city mayor visited Varabale, where houses were set on fire. Mayor's name is Said Daoud Al-Mushgagui. He seems to be an Arab, it seems. He visited the place there. He was accompanied by some elected officials, some elders and police officials as well. He addressed the community. He tried to calm down He tried to control the situation. Emotions are running high. He delivered a speech as well. He said that he had talked to DG of police and he urged the people to be united, that people should not fight among themselves. You can see pictures of Djibouti city mayor Said Daoud visiting the place, and you can see houses as well destroyed, set on fire, it seems. So now it has been confirmed, though not officially announced by Djibouti's government, but through these videos, pictures, it has been confirmed that Afar Somali clashes spread from Ethiopia into neighboring Djibouti, where unknown number of persons have been wounded, and some say casualties also happened there. You saw what happened to the houses, that several were set on fire. A second news story is from Eritrea 2 days ago. Eritrea Information Ministry shared an article on its website leveling allegations against Tigray People Liberation Front and US government. Eritrea Information Ministry said that US was whitewashing TPLF's crimes, and US and Western powers are working to reinstate TPLF in Ethiopia. A few hours ago, US Embassy in Eritrea released a statement in response to Eritrean Information Ministry's article. US Embassy says that Yemane Gebremeskel, Eritrean Information Minister, is sharing inaccurate information about US policy on the Horn of Africa. The embassy says that US condemned TPLF's attack on Northern Command in November 2020. First. Secondly, US condemned when Tigray fired rockets on Asmara, Eritrean capital, again in November 2020. And in several statements, US condemned human rights abuses committed by Tigray fighters. So it's not that US is whitewashing TPLF's crimes. But having said that, the embassy says that Eritrean forces committed grave human rights abuses in Tigray, according to Ethiopian Human Rights Commission, UN Human Rights Commission, and other bodies, which through investigations have confirmed that Eritrean officials, Eritrean security officials were involved in human rights abuses in Tigray. And that is why sanctions were imposed on some Eritrean military and government officials. The embassy further says that in 2002, a boundary commission ruled in favor of Eritrea regarding Badme and associated border area dispute. Tigray People Liberation Front, Tigray government should implement this decision. So here, US is backing Eritrean position about Badme. In the end, US Embassy says that Eritrean Information Ministry should not share inaccurate information about US policies, and Eritrean Embassy is willing, it's always ready for healthy debate. And lastly, it says that Eritrea should also allow its citizens to speak freely about the conflicts, especially about the conflict in northern Ethiopia. Freedom of expression is nowhere to be seen in Eritrea, no doubt about it. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, obviously Eritrea does not allow these rights to the people. So here I would say that Eritrean Embassy is making a point which we would back, that Eritrean government must allow its people to speak freely. Just one news channel and entertainment channel, Eritrea TV, just one newspaper, just one radio station, all backed, owned by government. So Eritrean people have very limited access, almost no access to information. Thirdly, was Ethiopian PM Abiy was in Kenya. He arrived in Kenya yesterday. We know that I think 4 days ago he arrived in Nigeria. He was accompanied by the First Lady as well. He met with Nigerian President. In Nigeria, Tigray was also mentioned by some MPs who urged the PM to resolve Tigray dispute peacefully. From Nigeria, he traveled to Equatorial Guinea, where there was African Union leaders' conference about coups, humanitarian situation, terrorism. There he delivered a speech as well, saying that the government was trying its best to provide aid to the people of Ethiopia who are in need of aid. Getachew criticized. Getachew said that it was ironic that the person who was blocking aid to the people of Tigray was attending a conference about humanitarian aid. Then yesterday he arrived in Nairobi, Kenya. He met with Uhuru Kenyatta, Kenyan president. You can see pictures on screen. He is there on 2-day visit in Kenya. In a message, PM Abiy said that meeting Uhuru Kenyatta was always productive, and the two discussed bilateral and regional issues. In Nairobi, Kenya, he attended an air show as well. He is still there in Nairobi, Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta is due to leave in coming months. In Kenya, election will be held this year. Fourth news story is about two top Oromo opposition politicians, Jawar Bekele Gerba. Both seem to have left Ethiopia. Reportedly, Jawar has arrived in Germany a few days ago. We reported about Jawar's likely travel to Germany. It has been confirmed now that Jawar has arrived in Germany. And Bekele Gerba has also departed Ethiopia. You can see his picture. I think it's from the airport. He has left Ethiopia as well. I think Jawar is in Germany and Bekele Gerba is traveling to North America. Both will meet in North America. In previous videos, I shared details of their Europe and North America visits. They'll travel to different cities of Europe, Canada and US in coming days. The agenda, it seems, is to unite Oromo diaspora, to engage governments, foreign governments regarding political developments in Ethiopia. We'll try to update you once these meetings start in Europe and America. But Jawar's interview has not gone well with Oromo activists. Their campaign against Jawar is intensifying, viewers. They want Jawar to stand with the Oromo Liberation Army. What I have understood is that Oromo activists, they expect Jawar to wage war on PM Abiy, on Ethiopian government, which is not possible. I think Jawar will again be thrown in prison. So he'll have to work politically. He'll have to work through engagement, through developing some means to put pressure upon the government and to wait for the right time. If Jawar starts preaching armed resistance against the government will not tolerate this sort of preaching. He'll be put in prison. But activists, they want him to stand with Oromo Liberation Army. That is why his interview, which was all about peace, negotiations, it did not go well with Oromo activists. Lastly, viewers, fighting between Fano and Ethiopian military was reported in Dessie yesterday. How did this fighting start? Firstly, fighting erupted in Kombolcha as well. We have confirmed that there was exchange of gunfire between Fano and government forces in Kombolcha. So in two twin cities, I would say, very close, they are situated. we saw clashes between Fano and government forces. In Dessie, we have received conflicting accounts of what happened. The government says that government's unofficial representatives who are their activists, but they are government-backed activists. They say that government forces convoy was ambushed by Fano fighters who tried to attack this convoy, and at least two government soldiers were injured in that attack. But on the other hand, news sources backed by Fano and Fano supporters, they say that a Fano camp was encircled by government forces in Dessie. Ethiopian military tried to arrest two Fano members. They were detained, but then other Fano members, locals intervened. There was exchange of gunfire. Two persons were injured. So injuries are being confirmed, but the Fano members were freed. Then government forces laid siege to camp, but camp is still under Fano control. That's what we have learned so far. The situation is far from being peaceful regarding the action against Fano. People say it's not action against Fano, it's against criminal elements which are operating in the name of Fano. Well, we never heard of any criminal elements in Fano when TDF was in Amhara region. Back then, Fano was symbol of patriotism. It was a symbol of pride for Amhara, for Ethiopia. It was being armed, trained, recruited. Now, suddenly, all Fano commanders, they have become criminals. That is why. The government must clarify its position. People cannot be deceived. If government is taking action against Fano, government cannot hide it. No matter what you say, people are seeing what's happening. Yes, government is raising a parallel Fano. I told you that government is raising a parallel Fano. Government wants Fano to be under its full control, which Fano never was in the past. Its different factions, Gojam, Gondar, others, they were not under tight control of government forces. But we cannot say that they were lawless gangs. It cannot be said. There could be some elements, but we cannot say that all Fano factions were lawless gangs. No, it wasn't like that. But government is portraying as if there are some lawless gangs in the name of Fano, and that is why action is being taken. Thanks for watching.